Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'll be watching Formula 1 Explained by an Idiot by Rick F1 Addiction. So let's check it out. And I got this video here because it's a really easy way to understand, because I have no idea about anything about Formula 1. The only thing that I used to watch it when I was a child, but I didn't understand anything that was going on. I just watched it because I was like, oh, look, the car is going boom zoom. I'd love to be a passenger in one of these cars with a professional driver. No, I would hate that. It's like a roller coaster, but worse, because I have no security if it crashes, I think, though. So let's see it. Let's see if I'm going to finish this video and understand everything about Formula 1 by the end of it.
Formula 1, often referred to as the pinnacle of motorsports. It's been the face of racing for so many years now, and I, a very intellectual F1 fan, am going to attempt to explain it. Except I'm not exactly very intellectual. Now, Formula 1, with all of its glamour, beauty, speed, adrenaline, and engineering, is essentially 20 rich guys driving in circles. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, that's one stuff that I know about it. That is a rich person sport, right?
Nothing, just an incident.
Now, of course, Formula 1 isn't just 20 millionaires driving in circles, but the circles are on crack, although, not gonna lie, it's kind of accurate. But you know, Formula 1 is so much more than that, and I'm going to bring you guys deep down the rabbit hole. Obviously, some of you are probably watching this because you want to try to get into Formula 1, which is relatively pretty easy, as you can probably tell. But if you're already a diehard fan, okay, I kind of don't know what...
The hat, though. Let me see. Man, this hat's crazy. Here in Brazil, we used to have Ayrton Senna, and he with the... I think it was... I don't know how you guys call it. But it was something from another called that Pro, and he flew to his head and hit because of that. And everybody used to like him here.
Already a diehard fan. Okay, I kind of don't know why the hell you're still watching this video. But hey, you know, this video is going to be one hell of a journey. So grab your popcorn, clear your tears away if you're a Ferrari fan, grab your Red Bull or your Monster Energy. And
why is that? Is Ferrari bad then?
This is going to be Formula 1 explained by an idiot.
Wow, the montage. The edits go hard, guys. Damn, the music is really good. Is that synth?
Alright, so starting off with the basic stuff, F1 is a sport where 10 teams with 2 drivers...
Okay, 10 teams with 2 drivers. I really thought it was solo, though.
...each race for points that tally up to a Drivers' World Championship, which is equivalent to, like, the Piston Cup. The F1 season starts in late February and ends in November. December to February is essentially the season break where there's no F1, aka the time where
Oh my god, they drive the whole year then? I thought it was just 1 week, baby, just like the Olympics.
I lose my sanity and curl up into a ball and start crying. But it's also the time where some spicy F1 news gets released. In work terms, it's like hearing your favorite manager got fired or a co-worker moved to the rival's business. So there are 24 different races this year, and in each race, drivers essentially score points, and the one with the most points wins the championship. Points are only given to drivers who finish within the top 10.
I'm kinda lost though.
Essentially saying skill issue to the other 10 drivers on the grid. But aside from that, these points also...
What did he say? Set my points, mate, huh?
Tally up to a Constructors' Championship, which is the combined points of the 2 drivers in a team. The team with the most points from both drivers takes the Constructors' Championship, and the higher the team places, the more money that they get. Now,
oh, Red Bull is kinda goated. I didn't thought so.
The team in F1 has 2 drivers. There's no way around that. You can't have 3, probably just a reserve driver, which is essentially somebody to back up the other 2 drivers in case somebody gets sick. So every team has to have 2 drivers.
Oh, that's so cool.
Aston Martin, because Lance Stroll is incapable of being a good driver.
You don't lift him. No. Haven't you idiot, man?
Is he bad like that?
How can you be so useless, man?
Now, each team, before the season starts, develops a car that follows the regulations set by the FIA. If you don't know what the FIA is, it stands for Forever an Insufferable Pain in the Ass.
No, Mikey, no, Mikey, that was so not right.
So the FIA basically makes these regulations that all teams have to follow to make...
It's so cute. It looks like a toy. Doesn't it?
their cars, and each team has to try to develop the fastest car which will help their drivers win points. Now, the development of the car also involves engines. So far, there are 4 engine manufacturers in F1, which are Mercedes, Ferrari, Honda, and Renault. Teams will have to choose an engine to work with, and they have to create the most aerodynamically efficient car on the grid. Because if they don't, something like this happens.
What? The last place?
Alright guys, so ready up for me to nerd out. I'm straight up gonna look like this. And this time I'm gonna be
I think that was in other times in the TV, you know?
speedrunning some F1 terms you need to know. Pretty much the ones you need to know to understand.
Low pressure zone, turbulent air, dirty air. So after the curve is a low pressure zone. That looks like something good, right?
Everything that I'm gonna say. Because if I don't include this part, I'll actually just sound like a professional yapper throughout the video. Okay, so here we go. Pole position. It's basically where a driver qualifies with the fastest time and starts first on the grid. Charles Leclerc is very familiar with that, but is incapable of winning from that position. Next is a podium. No, it's not the thing that Joe Biden stands on when he's trying to deliver a speech. Big emphasis on the word trying.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I'm going to
I love that word.
In F1 is where a driver finishes within the top 3, essentially second or third, as they get to stand on a podium after a race and potentially break another person's trophy. Another term is back markers. The teams or drivers that are all the way back of the competition. They're just there, all the way back there, which is something that Nikita Mazepin is very familiar with. Moving on, we have P1, P2, and P3. The P is for position, and the number after that is, well, it's kind of obvious.
This is kind of like Uma Musume. I can kind of get it.
If you do not understand that, I swear to God, there is no hope for you to understand Formula 1. Pit stops are where drivers change their tires and you start to hear flies in your ears.
Oh my god.
And finally,
It's so
DRS,
fast.
which makes your car go faster as its rear wing opens, which allows for less drag. And it can only be active in the DRS zones of a racetrack. If you don't know what it stands for once again, then this video will certainly help you out.
Then they start catching up, it'll be great.
You know what DRS stands for, Noah? Suck my dick.
Is that it?
Alright, so now we have the race weekends. It's essentially the schedule of an F1 race, which takes place on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday is free practice, where drivers familiarize themselves with the track. Saturday is qualifying, which determines where you place on the grid. And Sunday is the race day. But not gonna lie, I'm kinda not really satisfied with that explanation. A more accurate way to put the race weekend is essentially Friday, everybody is delusional. Saturday, Ferrari fans are extremely happy. And on Sunday, Red Bull fans are extremely happy as we hear the Dutch national anthem for the 23rd time in a year.
Oh no. No. They win that much, guys. I'm shocked.
Okay, so what happens once the race goes on? What happens after it's lights out and away we go? Well, believe it or not, it's not just cars going in circles over and over. Although most of it is pretty much that. But no, you know, there's something called tire wear, which I'm gonna explain as clearly as possible in bedroom terms. There's the hard tires, which last the longest. There's the soft tires, which finishes the fastest. Medium tires are kind of the in-between. Wet tires is used when the track gets spicy and slippery. The final tire compound is intermediates, which are used when the track is somewhat wet, which is about 1 to 3 milliliters damp, whereas for wets, it's ideal for when the
Oh my god, that's so specific.
track is really wet, like something around 4 milliliters damp and above. I just sounded like the biggest nerd in history. My goodness. Pardon my F1 addiction, guys, it's actually incurable. Like, I would be watching F1 while doing literally anything to the point where I would run out of content to watch.
Yeah, that's really different their wheels, you know, because the usual wheel have the like those stripes, you know, to have more grip on the ground, and these ones are like totally not. I think it's kind of totally looking at it super like smooth, you know.
Guys, it's actually incurable. Like, I would be watching F1 while doing literally anything to the point where I would run out of content to watch and start watching videos of a monkey putting out the fastest lap in a race.
Oh my god.
Anyways, we have pit stops. So this is where the teams switch out their tires in a race. Teams are required to pit at least once and change to a different tire compound. So once again, in bedroom terms, when you're hard and she's wet, you probably don't last as long as a pit stop, which is like sub 3 seconds. I have no idea if you guys understood that. But just as a rundown of what it's like when F1 teams pit, Red Bull's pit stops usually go like this.
Okay.
While Ferrari's pit stops are pretty much this.
They're not even there. There's not a single intermediate tire in
Takes
sight.
so long. Oh, that's so sad, man. It's not even the driver's fault. Why their pit stop are so bad, though? There must be a reason.
As for strategy, different races means different tires can be used. For example, there could be races that require drivers to have 2 pit stops because their tires don't last as long, or some people would go on a one-stop strategy and risk it all. Strategies can change depending on the situation, but essentially the teams opt for the most optimal tire combo. Except for Ferrari.
Everything.
Box, Carlos, box.
Oh.
Pit confirmed.
Not now, not now. Oh, why were they taking it to pit?
Oh, I'm gonna sad for
With all the
Ferrari.
info on Formula 1, which you guys just had thrown into your faces like Logan Sargeant whenever he sees a barrier, you're probably wondering, which team should I support? And well, that's an amazing question, because me being, you know, a very intelligent Formula 1 fan, I'm going to give you guys the
He's
most
a bird.
accurate guide on
Oh my god, that was too... Okay, Rich, as freak, haven't won a championship in years, never win races. So there's 2 types of Red Bull, but didn't he just say that Red Bull is super fast? Oh my god, I'm getting more confused. Then who is? Where's the winning team?
accurate guide on F1 teams and drivers. Trust me, you will never see more accurate information in the world than this video.
It's a Ferrari.
It's a shitbox.
Ferrari. So this team has pretty much had depressed drivers and fans since 2007.
Oh,
They do
no.
completely abysmal team strategies that make you think that you're high on crack, and has completely destroyed their past legacy of being the strongest team in Formula 1. Their driver Charles Leclerc has probably spent $1 million on his therapist after the tragedy,
My
also
God.
called the 2022 season. And he's probably going to spend more after his contract extension. Now, if you don't know how this contract stuff works, basically these drivers are like employees and can get replaced or kept when their contract expires. Like the other driver, Carlos Sainz, who is going to be replaced by Lewis Hamilton in 2025.
Oh my god, Lewis is super, like, famous, but I'm not really sure if he's that good, because I never saw him about that. But let's suppose that he's super good, and then he's going to play in Ferrari, then he's never going to win, is he?
Hey guys, is it hammer time yet? Coffee, we are checking.
Change your car. You've got a problem. Change your f***ing car.
Next up is Red Bull. Their theme song is pretty much the Dutch national anthem, or... Some of their fans started supporting them probably because they're Dutch, or their team has been losing too much to the point where supporting Red Bull is their only way of coping.
Yeah.
Red Bull also has the literal F-35 fighter jet as their Formula 1 car, since their chief technical officer has an entire research facility built into his head. As for their drivers, their main driver has daddy issues, and their second driver forgot how to drive in 2023.
Oh my god, then they're so bad then.
I've crashed it. I've crashed it almost immediately.
No, Mikey, no, Mikey. That was so not right.
As for Mercedes, their team principal has a deep hatred for headsets, and they used to dominate a couple years ago, and now they completely forgot how to build a car. Now, Mercedes fans are some of the funniest people out there, but also some of the most ungodly, annoying fans in the world. Particularly Team LH, aka Lewis Hamilton Glazers, still talking about him being 8-time world champion, which I do
okay.
understand if you find
Then he was really good, at least in the past.
the 2021 season controversial, but these guys are literally putting 8-time world champion literally everywhere. Like, I would see comments saying that Lewis is 8-time world champion in a YouTube video analyzing the car. Now, of course,
Not in the Paris movie. I mean, they should feature him in the movie then.
I'm not going to target all of you Mercedes fans out there. There's some of you guys who are, you know, actually normal. But to all of the Team LH fans out there, instead of yapping about how the FIA is racist, instead use that energy to pray that Lewis has a good therapist, since he's going to Ferrari in 2025. Also,
it's
Mercedes'
over.
other driver, George Russell, has a crippling addiction of crashing into people.
To the outside to cover off Carlos Sainz.
I mean,
there you go, George.
he's just there for the love of the game.
Russell just
He just fully turned into me.
Radio check, please.
McLaren.
Side to side like a roller coaster.
McLaren is basically...
I didn't know they had like a microphone on their helmet?
The Papaya team, they're orange and a team with a really rich history and a strong one as well, as long as we decide to ignore their, you know, McLaren-Honda partnership. Overall, they're a strong powerhouse in F1 along with Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull. As for their drivers, Lando Norris can't finish P1 probably until he's like 73 years old and is mentally incapable of saying anything normal in an interview.
Man's had a good moustache. It might be that I'm not able to grow it.
Oscar Piastri is really talented and so happy that he literally looks like this.
Ah, then they're good, the McLaren. I'm confused.
Now, Alpine is what I call the schizophrenic team. Like, literally, these guys are fighting absolutely no one other than their own imaginations. They're just a team that's just there. They don't stand out, but if you like a car that's pink, like one of my friends who doesn't know jack about F1, then sure, you can definitely support them. Now, what about their drivers? You know, how good are they? Well, all you need to know about them is that they're both French.
Okay.
Okay, on to the next team.
Valtteri, it's James. Please abort the fastest lap attempt before the end of the lap.
For Williams, money ruined their capability to keep up in recent times. They've had a rich history like the other big powerhouses. Williams used to be a backmarker team for a couple of years, but their comeback has been slow but strong. I could say the same for my academics. Actually, never mind, not really. I've actually been doing awful. I'm just deluding myself. Anyways, as for their drivers, Logan Sargeant and Alex Albon, one of them doesn't know what a kilometer is, and the other one is very nice. That was honestly the best summary I could come up for these two. I'm gonna give
Okay. I guess that's his favorite.
Aston Martin showed huge promise at the start of the 2023 season until they scrambled like maniacs not knowing how to develop their car. Also, yeah guys, throughout the season, teams in F1 can introduce upgrades to their car as long as they don't breach the cost cap, which is a limit of how much they can spend throughout the year. Now, most of the time, upgrades work brilliantly, except for whatever Aston Martin has been putting into their cars halfway throughout 2023. When it comes to their drivers, one of them is a 75-year-old rookie who makes TikToks every day but still keeps up with the competition. And their other driver is so consistently garbage that another team even roasted him in an interview.
Oh my god.
Dominating. Alright, one more.
This is like Alonso and Stroll.
You have fun with this? You're alright with this guy?
Oh my god, they're all...
Off of both of you. You let that f***ing team down.
Haas, Sauber, and the RB Formula 1 team. Now these three are just there, you know. It's really sad.
They're just filling up space, I guess.
Stand out. They're essentially the back markers, and when it comes to their drivers, one driver is allergic to finishing in the podium. Another got his wife pregnant after getting pole position. This one is the type to get friend zoned. The other guy is a Finnish Australian who posts pics of his butt online. Another dude is planning to open a restaurant but never does it despite having millions of dollars. And the final driver is a high performance athlete.
I'm a high performance athlete.
What?
Athletes sweat. Sweat, baby. Sweat.
Now, so far throughout the start of the video and until now, I've been saying that F1 is literally the pinnacle of motorsports. Apart from the Cars movie, of course. Yeah. But what makes F1 so good? Well, it's the crashes and accidents, which usually go like this.
Super soft rubber on. Now ready to attack. Wait, what's the problem? Took it. There's a wheel in the
So crashes and accidents in F1 are not just entertaining, but they can cause the track to be dangerous. And this results in flags being waved during a session. One of them is the yellow flag, single ones which are usually waved when a car goes off track or a minor incident happens, while double yellow flags are for hazardous things. Next up is the red flag, which are for major incidents, like Zhou Guanyu getting his car turned into a fidget spinner, Charles Leclerc crashing in Monaco for like the 50th time, and Sergio Perez in literally every race in 2023. Now there's also other flags like the blue flag, which warns slower cars that a faster one is approaching them. There's the black flag for a penalty warning or a disqualification, green flag, which means that the race is on again, and finally the checkered flag, where drivers decide the winner through a chess game after the race. That was a joke, in case you guys couldn't tell. Another amazing part of F1 are the team radios, which my boy Fernando Alonso here is known for some iconic ones like these.
Mate, I have no brakes, no tires. We are out of the points. I mean, we try to do whatever, but I don't care too much.
Don't forget that there's also
I think I have seen that clip already in the past, you know?
Kimi Raikkonen, who talks more on the radio than he does anywhere else.
Quite famous by you two. Yeah. Anyway.
Hey! Steering wheel, somebody tell him to give it to me. Come on!
In F1, there's also rivalries like Charles and Max throughout the start of the 2022 season until Ferrari completely destroyed Charles's mental health. There's also the iconic 2021 season, which also had a rivalry between Max and Lewis, where these two were so attracted to each other in the race that the FIA almost gave them a penalty for public display of affection.
Why they were like that?
Alright, so next up are the rules, which are made...
You hope I drive a F1 someday? Oh my god, that's crazy. It's too fast, I'm scared. I don't drive that fast. I went to F1 before. It was cool. Oh, it must be really cool. Are they really that fast? Because on the videos, they don't really look that fast.
By the FIA, who decide on who gets punished when they break the rules. And well, they are known for some pretty controversial decisions.
As always.
Explains the forever and insufferable pain in the ass. But anyways, here's me speedrunning some of the most important...
Guys, the rules are there to be manipulated. We all know this. The faster car went faster than the slower car is called F1. That's blowing your hair back. Oh, that's crazy.
Rules in F1. So track limits. If 4 wheels of your car gets off the white lines of a track, they blow you up. If you're speeding in the pit lane, you're going too fast, they blow you up.
Oh my god.
Rules, you kiss another car, they blow you up. And lastly, the final and most important rule, if you're Romain Grosjean, you actually blow up.
Oh my god. That's so dangerous.
I have it printed out.
Alright, so the next aspect of Formula 1 are its team principals. Now these guys are pretty much the leader of their teams and are the people who are guiding them to victory. Now the team principal of Mercedes, Toto Wolff, is known for printing things out, and he's pretty much a mafia boss turned into Pookie Bear in recent seasons.
Die funktionieren im Moment nicht.
What is happening? What is happening?
Harassment.
Next up is Christian Horner, the team principal of Red Bull. He got unbelievably roasted by Martin Brundle.
Shame you're too old to have driven here, really. I am too old to have driven here, but you would have liked it. Yeah. Shame you wasn't fast enough to get to Formula 1.
Oh!
And there's also the team principal of Aston Martin, Mike Crack. I'm not gonna say anything about his name. Next up is James Valls, who still
okay, now I get it, his name. That's crazy.
gives severe nightmares to Valtteri Bottas.
They're really doing this.
Valtteri, it's James. Please abort the fastest lap attempt before the end of the lap.
Next is Andrea
They sound so calm in the radio.
Stella, the team principal for McLaren. I honestly didn't even know this guy was team principal. Like, I still think it's Pookie Bear Zach Brown because, like, he's just 10 times more entertaining despite him being cringy in some certain moments.
Abbiamo fatto noi.
Arrivederci. Finally,
What does it mean?
it's gonna be Günther Steiner. Now, I know he was replaced recently, but piss off, you know, he's still in my heart. Anyway, Günther is the type of guy to swear 9 times in a sentence with only 5 words.
Wow.
He does not smash my door. Tell him that. If he doesn't want to come back, he better tell me now. Yeah. He smashed my office door.
So that is Formula 1 and the best explanation that I can come up for it. It's obviously, you know, the most accurate explanation of the sport, but I might still have probably missed a couple of things throughout making this video, so if I did miss out on anything, be sure to let me know. But what I do know though is that even if I might have fumbled, I didn't fumble as hard as Lance Stroll did in 2023. Thank you so much for watching.
Did you guys understand anything? I kind of got it, some things about it, but I'm still a little bit lost. But it was a fun video. It's really interesting, but this one was really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed it too.